Our next speaker is going to focus on the topic of public safety versus community safety and mutual aid. Red Hamilton is a Portland State University alum with a bachelor's degree in community development. They are active in the DisarmPSU campaign and the movement to end anti-Black racism. Currently, they sit on the board of OPAL Environmental Justice Oregon as the research and advisory chair. Red is a small business owner of Red Dawg Pet Care and has been a human rights activist for over a decade. Welcome, Red.
Wait, Red, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about community policing and mutual aid and experiences that I've had within certain groups. And I think first we can't talk about community policing without talking about the history of community policing, or policing as a whole, and the roots. I'm pretty sure everybody knows, or maybe not, that policing started as a way to, catch runaway slaves. So this idea of community policing as, the powers that be try to kind of connect with community. We can't have that. I think we can't have that without actually dismantling the whole system, because it was the root of it was set up to commodify bodies, Black and brown and indigenous bodies anyway. So I think to create a true community policing model, we have to stop the violence, the state-sanctioned violence against Black and brown and indigenous groups, and we have to stop killing. They have to stop killing Black and brown folks, and also just dismantle the whole, the whole model. And it needs to come from the folks that are more affected by that. So Black and brown and indigenous folks. Also, the prison industrial system needs to be dismantled, because they have the the commodification of Black and brown bodies as well. So I really think that a community policing model should be created by the people, by the community, and it can't be the status quo or the structures that are harming them. It has to be harm reduction, right? So that's how I feel about that. As far as mutual aid, there's been an influx of mutual aid groups come up because of these disasters that's been happening, the fires, the Corona-19 virus, killings of unarmed Black and brown folks and indigenous folks, food deserts and all that. So the idea of mutual aid is basically people helping people, just kind of cutting out the middleman, and just getting out there, grassroots, boots on the ground, creating, gathering resources, and just basically handing them to the people that need them. And those are the vulnerable populations, the people that live in rural areas with food deserts, the people that have been most affected by these disasters, Black and brown and indigenous folks. So there's been a lot of groups that I've been watching closely and work closely with. Igniting the Spirit is one of them. They've been working with the indigenous folks and just getting resources to those people that have been most affected by the fires. And when we talk about mutual aid, one example would be like the Black Panthers, right? So they seen a need in their community, and they basically started a food program for kids to eat at school because they were going hungry, and you can't really learn on an empty stomach. So, and that kind of started the, the WIC program and those programs that the government started after the Black Panthers started their food program. That's where that came from. So, oh, sorry. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have with talking about the community policing and the mutual aid.
Thank you, Red.
Thank you.
I have a little timer. I'm just gonna ding it.
Oh, I was almost okay.
You did great.